there is no federal framework for digital assets. The SEC and the CFTC do not have clear jurisdictional boundaries over digital assets.
We are looking at fresh uptrend signals in this market. Some analysts say we could be on track for 130,000 plus by August or September. Is that realistic?
It is realistic.
Could this be the month where Bitcoin breaks its chains and rockets to new all-time highs? History says yes. Charts are lighting up like fireworks, key economic dates are ticking down, and if past trends are right, we're standing right at the edge of a crypto explosion. Hold on tight, because July might just go down as the turning point of the entire bull market. Welcome, and what's coming? Welcome back to the channel, where we make crypto clear, exciting, and full of potential. Today's question is a big one. Is July the launchpad for the next parabolic move in crypto? The signs are there. From four-year cycle patterns to power curves, inflation data to trillion-dollar spending packages, there's a whole storm of activity swirling beneath the surface. And if you've been sitting on the sidelines wondering when to pay attention, this is that moment. In this video, I'll walk you through why July could be absolutely critical, which key dates could spark the next move, and we'll finish with a jaw-dropping 10-year projection that could change how you invest forever. Oh, and trust me, the numbers we're about to look at are anything but boring. Let's go. Chart breakdown. History repeats? Let's dive right into the charts, because they're practically screaming for attention. Now, if you've followed crypto for a while, you've probably heard about Bitcoin's famous four-year cycle, a rhythm based around the halving events, 2013, 2017, 2021. Each one brought a massive boom followed by a crash. So what happens in 2025? Here's the wild part. If you overlay the timelines of the past cycles on top of where we are now, we are right at the spot where the last two bull markets began to go vertical, like clockwork. First comes the run-up, then the deep correction, and then boom, straight to new highs. Right now, we're at that post-correction phase. It's the spot where past cycles flipped from boring sideways moves to jaw-dropping rallies. So if history is repeating, and yes, that's a big if, then we could be just days or weeks away from another explosive breakout. Caution, not all cycles match. Now hold on, before you go selling your car to buy Bitcoin, let's sprinkle in some healthy caution. Not every cycle is identical. For example, back in 2019 to 2020, trade wars and pandemic panic distorted what should have been a clean upward move. One unexpected event can shake even the strongest chart pattern, timing the exact bottom or top. It's like playing darts blindfolded in a hurricane. That's why smart investors often follow the golden rule: buy, hold, and zoom out, because you don't want to miss the boom while trying to time the bottom perfectly. The charts say a breakout could be coming, but don't bet the house on it happening overnight. The power curve, a different look. Now let's take a look at one of the coolest tools out there, the power curve by crypto analyst APSK32. This isn't just another chart, it's a crystal ball for Bitcoin believers. What it does is overlay past price cycles onto today's data. Then it gives us a top range, a bottom range, and a mean average. That's the smooth blue line. Guess where we are now? Right in the middle of the projected average path. According to this model, we should be hovering around the $100,000 mark by now. Some cycles say we just hit the local bottom last week. Others hint that we might dip slightly one more time before taking off. Either way, July and August are shaping up to be very exciting months. If this pattern holds, we're heading for a strong move upward. So if you've been feeling tired of sideways action, this might just be the calm before the crypto storm. The S&P 500 signal. Let's talk about another signal that nobody should ignore, the stock market. Over the past 10 years, guess which month has had positive returns every single time for the S&P 500? That's right, July. Not January, not November, not December. July is the undefeated champ. And here's why that matters. When traditional markets are strong, confidence spills over into higher risk assets like crypto. More green in the S&P 500 usually means more green candles on the Bitcoin chart. So with Wall Street feeling good and crypto lining up for a breakout, we might just be heading into a perfect storm of momentum. Key dates to watch in July. Now let's zoom in on the calendar, because July isn't just probably bullish. It's loaded with high-impact events that could jolt the crypto market in either direction. This isn't just another month. This is a pressure cooker, and we're about to find out if it explodes upward or crashes through the floor. Starting with July 4th, while Americans celebrated Independence Day, a massive $4 trillion spending bill was quietly signed. That kind of money printing usually benefits hard assets like Bitcoin. It may not kick in instantly, but the long-term impact could be huge. Next up is July 9th, the deadline for major US trade deals. And it's not just about boring paperwork. These deals shape tariffs, reshape global partnerships, and can send shockwaves through the markets. Expect headlines, volatility, and maybe even some unexpected fireworks, not just in politics, but in your portfolio. Then comes mid-July when we'll get the latest CPI inflation data. Early indicators suggest inflation crept higher in June, likely due to those rising tariffs and energy prices. For everyday people, that's bad news at the grocery store. But for crypto, it could be a signal flare. Bitcoin has always been viewed as a hedge against inflation, and if this data confirms those fears, it could push more investors into digital assets. Shortly after, we have the FOMC meeting. The Fed is expected to keep rates high, with a 90% chance of no change. While that might seem bearish, markets may have already priced it in, meaning a surprise-free meeting could actually trigger a rally. And finally, there's the PCE inflation report, another critical indicator the Fed uses to measure inflation. If this number comes in hot, it confirms inflation is sticking around. And again, that just adds more weight to Bitcoin's value proposition as a long-term, decentralized store of value. So yeah, July isn't just busy, it's boiling. A month loaded with macro catalysts that could push crypto to new heights or send it tumbling temporarily before liftoff. Either way, one thing is certain. July is not the month to look away. The real question is, which way will it spill? The 10-year roadmap to wealth. Now let's get visionary. Let's talk about the big dream, the $1 million Bitcoin. Analyst APSK32 released another incredible chart using the power law method, showing Bitcoin's potential trajectory all the way to 2034. And guess what? That magical $1 million per coin mark shows up around that year. Now sure, 2034 sounds far away, but let me ask you something. Where were you 10 years ago when Bitcoin was under $100? Imagine buying just one coin then. Fast forward to today, and we're near $60,000. So looking ahead another 10 years, is a $1 million Bitcoin really so crazy? Let's look at real investor stories. One guy started with just 20,000 pounds back in 2017. He rode the wave to hundreds of thousands, lost half in a crash, bought again, and soared in the 2021 cycle. This time, he's eyeing 7 figures. That's the power of patience and sticking through multiple cycles. The secret isn't to get rich quick, it's to survive long enough to enjoy the gains. Those who stay in the game are the ones who win. So here's where we land. Are we entering the final blow-off stage of this cycle? All signs are pointing to a very exciting second half of the year. Charts are screaming breakout. Economic signals are lining up. July has history, data, and energy on its side. But again, nothing is guaranteed. We could dip before we rip. The markets can be cruel to the impatient and unpredictable to the overconfident. But if you're prepared, focused, and emotionally grounded, this could be your moment. July might be the month where everything starts clicking into place. So what do you think? Is July going to be the month that kickstarts the next bull run? Are we about to see Bitcoin go parabolic? Or do you think we've still got more chop ahead? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Want to show some love? A like, share, or subscribe means the world to me and helps more people catch this wave early. This is it, folks. The charts are hot. The patterns are aligning. The data is flashing green. Don't sleep on July, because history doesn't repeat itself. But in crypto, it sure does rhyme. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.